Hello everyone, welcome. And this is Ragnarok here with part 19 of the Rise of Sigmar. This is my Karl Franz campaign, Mortal Empires campaign on Legendary difficulty. Right, so we are basically going to be fighting rebellions this episode. I think we've got one up here in the north, we've got one down here, and then one down here. Probably can actually auto-resolve a couple of these. But yeah, that's essentially what we want to do. We're gonna try and mop up chaos, and then probably try and mop up the clan Scree up here, and we're gonna continue working on battling out with Norska. We're sending Eric Grunwald in this direction. Hopefully, he can sack this settlement, and then we'll send his forces back to Altdorf. Where he can stay stationed as a sort of garrison commander, play the role of governor, boost the income a little bit. Him and the heroes in his army boost the income in Altdorf a little bit, so we will send him in that direction. Alright, so let's get to work. Might as well.
Sigmarite Arch-Lector. The Empire. It is for the best. Champion of the faith.
Chances are these guys are going to turn and run. No, maybe not. Maybe they'll stand and fight despite the insurmountable odds against them. I think we will auto-resolve this. Not exactly going to be a thrilling fight. Lots of spears, lots of take the additional coin.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, Snorri. I think I'm going to take Snorri out of this army and put him in a different army somewhere. What do we want to give you? Wound might be useful. Leadership +2. Yeah, I guess we'll give him conviction. Alright, so this army, I think, I'm gonna do. Alright, we might as well come down here and.
Ready. Protector of the weak.
Actually,
Yes.
Uther's army doesn't have a ton of movement. I'm gonna have him camp out in there, and I'm gonna send Snorri all the way down here. I think a little bit of a ridiculous journey. Join Plato. They'll hook up with Schwarzhelm for now, but I'm kind of thinking of building a new army and just loading it full of these warrior priests, or either that, or we'll put the warrior priests with the Reichsguard when we recruit the Reichsguard force. What are the garrisons here? Stuff. I need to get Plato healed.
Ready.
You guys have decided
Rise
to just
Sigmar.
camp here for whatever reason.
There is power within prayer.
Yeah, we'll send Snorri all the way down around there. And then Uther's army. Let's finish it off. Let's pick up one more sword. And we will put another. And then that'll solidify. So we'll have three of these sort of crap stacks. Just to use as armies to fight off rebellions and whatnot. More than likely, we're going to end up sending them north to Norska. At least these two armies. What the hell?
The Empire.
I didn't have quite enough room to fight there.
Fight for our
That's
nation.
okay, because the garrison is here as well. Look at this shit. The odds are pretty close, despite the fact that we have a lot more force than they do. Definitely want to control a large army here. use our numbers to our advantage. Try and take most of the punishment on the garrison, even though this army is in no danger, no real danger, so he'll have time to heal after this as well. So even if he does take damage, yeah, all right. Should have maybe sent the other general down. We could have potentially scooped up some of this artillery, but we don't really need it. And I don't know. I like the 4 mortars and 2 cannons. I think will be pretty useful in most situations. Curtis Van Horstman. I want to even consider picking up a couple cannons for Aristotle's army there in the north, where he's got the Hellstorm rocket batteries. Alright, so reinforcements are coming in from behind. Always fun. Thinking to set up on this hill here, and that way come in behind them as they shift. Guys, stay back here. Attack that flank. The guns, I think I'm gonna send them around this way. If we can shoot into their flanks a little bit. What we'll do is we'll make a nice tight formation on this hill here. Making a nice solid rock for them to attack. The halberds in behind, keep the swords out front.
By Ulrich's wrath.
Back up a little bit. Might not be too eager to attack us right off the bat though, because they've got artillery. Up here might not be the wisest decision now that I think about it. We are in perfect range of their cannons. Right. Changes things. Should have actually taken a look at their deployment before deploying. I'm just so used to the AI charging out at you.
Send us out.
Their other cannon on the side of the battlefield. Kind of shielded a little bit from this hill here. Cannon's definitely gonna outrange the mortars. Okay, let's just back up here.
Ready to serve.
You guys just stay there for a moment. I don't like the fact that we are split up from our reinforcements. And the other option, we could just charge right ahead and then send the reinforcements right ahead as well, but I don't think that's a great idea. Get this open.
Five Arena, listen! Ready to engage! Ready to serve! Quick march!
See if we can get in there and shut down those cannons right away.
Ready.
These swords lined up.
Ready to engage!
Front,
Missiles at the ready!
goes in behind.
To battle!
this artillery organized. One
Seeking
cannon
enemy!
side,
Detachments move!
and then let's get these mortars lined up. Start
Yes,
bombing
sir.
them.
My orders
Alright.
stand!
To do for now.
See to it! Attack!
I shut them down.
For Heldenhammer!
Move
Captain
forward.
of the Empire!
Take this hill here.
On my command! To battle!
What are these Empire captains doing?
Captain of the Empire! For Heldenhammer!
Need. I'd like you to go deal with that cannon. Ah, shit, we're taking damage. Unless these guys already had taken damage. We need to shut that cannon down right away. You guys get over here too.
Halberdiers!
And get onto the hill in time.
Steady, men! I'll ready the men!
You guys just
On
back
our
up there.
way! Taking position! By
What's
Ulrich's
doing?
wrath!
Ooh, shit. Shut down those handguns.
Hammer of the Empire! For Heldenhammer!
So we'll move you guys up a little bit.
For the twin-tailed comet! I do
Hurry
not
the hell up and get
react.
rid of these cannons.
We await your orders!
These pistoliers. Big problem. Got outriders.
Charge!
Go for those
No
handgunners.
lingering!
Fine. Alright, we should be okay here. Shoot, that last one we didn't need to use there. How is the lion holding? Good. Taking some damage here.
Swordsmen, sir! For the
Nothing
Emperor!
too serious. This is pretty formidable rebellion as far as rebellions go.
For Heldenhammer! Prepare for combat! Attack!
These gunners
Ranged weapons
in behind.
ready! Formation!
Guys get in there too. Guys get around the flank.
For Heldenhammer! See
You
to
can get in there
it!
too. Ooh
For
boy.
Heldenhammer! Attack!
You guys can catch them. One of you make sure you finish off those handguns.
At speed!
Don't need them coming back.
Swordsmen!
Get in
Yes,
there.
General!
Get
Yes,
in there
sir!
too so we can mob that guy.
Missile infantry! Swordsmen!
Alright, it's looking pretty good.
Whoa!
Handguns.
Rebels aim! We're ready! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Damn it.
Cavalry ready! Halberdiers! Missiles will fly! Handgunners! For Heldenhammer!
I'm gonna have to back up here in a second.
Crossbowmen! State troops ready! No lingering! Go!
What are we doing over here?
Now!
Make sure they don't come back,
Agree!
please.
Obey! By the twin-tailed comet! We are Sigmar's heirs! Crossbowmen! No lingering! State troops ready! Withdraw!
Alright, I think they're about to get the army lost by the looks of things. Even though not the best management here in this one. We've suffered some damage, but nothing major. Try and run as many of them down as possible here. We might see them again. Or, well, for sure we'll see them again, and actually took a bit of damage on this army rather than taking the damage on the garrison. Should have maybe charged forward with the garrison. and just absorb the cannon fire rather than let them shoot at our swords here. But at the end of the day, they are only swordsmen, so losing a couple swords here and there, definitely not the end of the world. Only lost 107 on Dante's army. That's not too. I think I'm gonna. Ooh, that's a lot of coin. The replenishment does not affect the reinforcing army, so we'll definitely take the treasury. Alright, unfortunately, we're probably going to have to fight this one manually as well, just to avoid. Oh
Purge the heretics. Praise be to Sigmar. Guided by Sigmar.
Copy back in the settlement.
Cleanse the empire.
Let's get a little bit more replenishment. We'll have to finish them off next time.
Champion of the faith.
Oh, bollocks.
Praise Sigmar.
Ooh. Oh, you know what? Send Uther down here to finish them off. Which means it'll take a little bit longer for him to complete his army. Should be safe here.
Onward!
Okay. I like giving these guys the additional hit points. Keep them in the fight longer. I'll go Woundfinker. Over.
I will marshal the men. The Empire.
Alright, we're gonna force march him back into Wolfenburg, I think.
It is for the best.
Can't recruit anything here. Okay, wait, they'll could come to this province. Recruit.
This will bolster the nation.
It's only going to take him 2 turns to recruit the pieces to the army that I need. He needs to replenish as well.
True servant of Sigmar. No scum. Protector.
Where those guys are headed. This is going to be interesting. Be very interesting. Trying to formulate in my mind what kind of how we want to arrange our troops here. If we want to put the guns on the flanks, or if we want to put the guns in front, swords behind them, or if we want to put some gaps so that the swords can get out front. The pistoliers are going to be a little bit annoying, but the guns should make pretty quick work of them, to be perfectly honest. Alright, I have an idea. do here.
Great cannon! The Empire endures! Pick targets!
Not how I want you guys.
Great cannon!
I don't know why sometimes. Anyway, what I want is the Hellstorms in the middle. Cannons on this side. Could take advantage of that high ground, but it's not necessary. I want to fight in this open plain here.
Great cannon!
Another cannon on this side.
Hellstorm! Angle of elevation! Hellstorm
Back it up
rocket
just
battery.
a little bit. What we'll do.
State troops ready!
Guns. Stretch them out as much as possible. Make sure that everybody's firing.
Missile troops! Handgunners! For Heldenhammer! Standing by!
And what we'll do.
Great swords!
Great swords in the gaps here.
Handgunners! Great swords!
Whether or not this is going to work will remain to be seen.
Warrior priest!
One of you guys here,
By Ulrich's wrath!
one of you there. Which you, sir. There I guess.
Sigmar exultant! At your service! Great swords! Great cannon!
Yeah, it's a little bit experimental here what we're doing.
Great swords!
But we've got the firepower. I think we'll be perfectly fine. Got plenty of spears, but great swords should be able to take on the spears without too much trouble.
Shield of fate!
To be able to slow them down. He hasn't quite leveled up just yet.
Great cannon! Hellstorm!
Shoot at this.
Ready for war!
Shoot in this
For the
area.
twin-tailed comet! Great cannon! Ranging target! By God,
Alright, let's see how this goes.
Charge the battle hymns! Get them!
They're smart. I feel like they would charge into the guns.
Great swords!
I'm moving you guys
Sigmar
up.
guides us! Ready for war! Moving out! Ready to smite!
Turn the battlefield into a shooting gallery, basically.
Awaiting orders! We obey! Great cannon! Hellstorm! Great swords! What do you bid? Understood!
Rock is going to be in the way.
Ready for war! Get them!
Careful the friendly fire, boys. Oh shit.
The Emperor!
Unnecessary to send them into this.
Handgunners! Ready to fire!
shoot in there.
Shield of faith.
Get in there. Get you out of there.
Seeking enemy.
Send you to him.
Our weapons are yours. Heldenhammer. With haste. Quick march.
That looks good.
Charge.
Guys, move back.
Seeking enemy.
Went pretty well.
Take the ground.
I'm starting to gain a little bit of a fondness for the guns. They are pretty freaking devastating to pretty much any unit in the game if you get them lined up. And you get those shots off. I love the rocket battery. And Sue Devil is always playing this flipping game. Guys, target that blob of units. One, not that one. Go a few more of them before we end the battle here. Alright, nice and easy there. We lost 5 men. The balance of power was even going in there. And yeah, the Pistoliers I think would have done better if they charged into the handgunners, but still, I don't know. They still might not have done super well anyway. Konstantin Pozarski? Yeah, this time we're... Oh man, I'm always tempted to take that cash. We'll take the replenishment, just because we gotta do a follow-up battle here.
Warrior of Sigmar.
Ragnar the Fearless. Guess we'll go with this and maybe Soothsaying. For his last couple points. Thing with Odin.
Awaiting orders.
And really want to auto resolve this. Save. A little bit of damage on the artillery somehow. Let's take the replenishment. Keep this army at full strength. They're gonna be. Whoops, daisy. They're gonna be extremely important in finishing off chaos here, and probably mopping up
Ready to serve.
the last of Clan Scree there. Alright, let's...
I serve Sigmar.
You leveled up first of all. Some more points into that before we start leveling up your own abilities.
Moving out.
Pop you in there. Give us a little boost in public order. Not much, but enough for now. Question is, what do we want to build here? Do we want to build defenses? Go with this. Corruption. Corruption is pretty bad. We're gonna go with this. Continue the theme of the campaign, Sigmar, and continue unlocking more of those warrior priests. Which, speaking of which, check what we've got available at the moment. Strategist. Cunning is not terrible. Alright.
Cleanse the Empire.
I will marshal the band.
Fine for now. Do we have to wait turns before we can start recruiting for him?
Command here.
And then Franzi. The question is, what do we want to do with
I am
Franz?
Franz. They will obey.
Probably stay here for now. Get that replenishment. And we might as well get his army back to full strength. Just debating what I want to put in here. Put a couple steam tanks. Really love to put some luminarchs in here, but they're so bloody expensive. Couple luminarchs and a hellstorm, or maybe a couple hellstorms and one luminarch. Maybe we'll do that.
As is my right by Sigmar's crown.
That means we gotta sit here for 6 bloody turns. Which is a long time to have the Emperor just sitting on his ass. I guess I should be a little bit more careful with his army, but I think that'll probably be the final version of Franz's army. Or at least the final version for now. Provided we can keep all these guys alive. The great swords are not great. Yeah, sorry, that was pretty lame. But I don't know. Anyway. Let's build roads, and maybe we go with public order for now. Option like here. Do Temple of Sigmar. Go Temple of Sigmar. You have another warrior priest heading in this area too. I think so anyway. Sort out the public order.
Moving off.
Public orders here. It's 1.
Yes, son of
Always
Sigmar.
here. It always pop you over
Let us
there.
forge our faith.
+3. Oh wait. Province I think is okay. Okay, because we've got this guy in here now too. Alright, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, so we'll just go with the warrior priest building there. We've got a lot more room for those guys. You can get a maximum of 100 of each agent type, which like a hut. Ooh, Templehof. What are we going to build here? I'll have to sort that out later. Yeah, just probably one of these. I guess we could go with this. And I don't know what else we really need here. I really need the public order building. Public order seems okay. Mostly because of this. Yeah, probably this and probably this just to unlock those technologies, I guess. Are using the edict as well. Good place to recruit troops. Right. Yeah, things look pretty good. Double check if we'll look at the public order here quick. Woodland is going down. Okay, we've got armies in the area. Hell pit. Oh, son of a bitch. Turns to like animal tamers finished. We're gonna need somebody to go up there and protect that. Don't think we're at war with these guys at the moment. We're not. Angel's Manflayers. What are they? Uh-oh. Okay. Thought we might have got a bit of a crash there.
Raise Sigmar.
Made the noise to get out of the out of the screen,
Yes,
but didn't
sound
actually
that.
do anything. All right, cool. So we're getting the corruption sorted a little bit. The garrison, not really replenishing. I mean, it is replenishing, but excruciatingly slow. I'm hoping that once the corruption is sorted, that the replenishment will go a little bit quicker. Yeah, it's a combination of the corruption and the uninhabitable climate that is causing the garrison to replenish so slow.
Yes, my lord.
Question is, what do we want to do with Aristotle at the moment?
Praise Sigmar. By Sigmar's right.
Oh. On the
Yes,
force
my
march, it's
lord.
taking a real punishment
Let us move.
out here. Fucking deep waters, but at least we got him out of there. So we'll hit the Ice Pack Bay next. That'll isolate Norska to this region up here.
What does the Emperor bid? To the provinces?
In there.
It is time.
The same
Denied.
sea zone.
I
Yeah,
will
I think
marshal
that's a
the
good
bay.
idea.
Ready.
Take him out, and we'll force march you over to
Right.
Longship Grave. No, don't go that way. Okay.
Sigmar compels us.
In there. That'll help boost the
Let
keep the
us
public
move.
order under control, and then we'll be in
Praise Sigmar.
position to maybe hit Ulrich here, and then we can maybe start moving towards the Bay of Blades. But taking out Albion is a good recruitment area for them. And probably we'll get one of these,
Sigmarite Arch-Lector.
maybe send Dante up here to take over Aristotle's position at the Ice Drake Ford, and can come back and forth. Actually, maybe these two armies will head in that direction. But we gotta put some public order buildings here or something in these two provinces, because public order is shit. Corruption is bad too. Anyway, I think we're pretty well ready to get through this bloody end turn.
Cleanse the Empire.
Arrow not moved. Ragnar the Younger.
What do you require?
Yeah, I don't think we want to move you. You just stay put there. Diplomacy, just double check if there's anything here. Russian trade with Britannia.
Our neighbors in the east today.
Yeah, he still won't forgive us for this shit.
Here come the Empire men.
Greenskins actually like us a little bit. Alright, yeah, that all looks perfectly fine. Alright, we'll just go through this end turn and then end the episode, because we forgot about him. Balder. Right, we're sending Balder into the mountains there too. Though, might be better to send them north into Norska now. Anyway, we'll get through this end turn and end the episode. And in the meantime, I'm going to read some more Sword of Justice by Chris Wraight. We're in chapter 9, I think it is, and following along with our... Oh, sorry, we're in chapter 10. We're following along with Verstholm. He's infiltrated the hideout where this the source of this joy root is coming from. So let's it's in a very dangerous situation at the moment, so let's see how all this plays out. In the center of the chamber, a throne had been constructed. It was made of the same stone as the dais. The artistry was astonishing. Verstholm found his eyes drawn to it. Once there, it was almost impossible to pull them away again. There were figures carved into the high back, writhing in and out of one another. It looked as if a crowd of lissom youths had been fused into one tangled mass. Each member of the cluster was achingly beautiful, but their faces were contorted into expressions of exquisite agony. It was a warped mind that had created such a thing,
Orcs,
though a
come before
gifted
me.
one.
Be careful
Despite
what you
himself,
say, beast,
Verstholen's
or my
aesthetic sense was
Reichsmarshal will
drawn
have
to it.
your tongue.
What's this? Oh, the Grimgor wants non-aggression. We're not gonna take this, because it'd probably upset the dwarves, and I don't really trust the greenskins anyway. And it's not gonna be too much longer. I mean, it's probably gonna be a lot more than 10 turns before we're declaring war on the greenskins, but I don't think we need the non-aggression with them. I think we'll be perfectly fine. Even if they do declare war on us, I think we'll be able to respond to it quickly enough, based on how well things are going in the north here. Everything seems under control for the time being. So I think even if the greenskins become a threat, I think we'll be able to respond to it. Right, where were we? So then he noticed that slowly, almost imperceptibly, the bodies that made up the throne back were moving. This was no cunning sculpture. The limbs were real, as was the agony of their owners. His appreciation vanished. He chided himself silently for expecting anything else. He'd known what he'd find in the house. The nature of the enemy never changed. Round the edges of the chamber, more youths were scattered. They moved scarcely more than those trapped in the throne. Most were dressed in diaphanous robes that concealed little. All of them, men and women alike, seemed strangely listless. Their movements were minuscule, and ended almost as soon as they'd begun. With a spasm of distaste, Verstholen saw that in place of eyes, they had blank metal plates. The surface of the plates were polished, making it look as if they had mirrors sewn into their faces. One young girl seemed to be trying to crawl to the doorway. Every tiny shift of her body got her just fractions of an inch closer. Then it became clear that she had no idea where the door was. She started to head away from it. She was blind, aimless as the rest. The tortured youths weren't the sole occupants of the chamber. The throne was empty. Perched elegantly on the seat... the throne wasn't empty. Perched elegantly on the seat was a woman Verstholen recognized all too well. She wore a long, elegant gown, lit to the hip. Her pale skin seemed to glow in the lilac light, even more so than she had been before. Natasha was flawless. Her beauty was so absorbing, so utterly captivating, that it couldn't be anything other than unnatural. Nothing in the real world had a perfection of form like hers, safe from the eyes of the world outside. Here, she was able to display herself in her full majesty. So the plot thickens. The wife of one of the potential electors is in a den of chaos, and yeah, very, very interesting turn of events. Technology research, full plate armor. Very nice, very nice. Alright, cool. Well, we're out of time, guys. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thanks for watching. A little bit of a slow-paced episode here today, but we did get a little bit of action in. And there are battles on the horizon. Gonna wipe out Clan Scree here soon. And we've got to do our best to hunt down what's left of Chaos. So, probably send one of these armies to do that. Franz is not going to be in action for a number of turns, which really sucks. But once he does have those units recruited, I think his army will be complete, and we shouldn't have any more delays with Franz. After that, we should be able to keep him in the action quite often. So we'll maybe send Aristotle over to here if we can. Have time to bring another army over. Always bring... I don't know. Hey, we'll figure it out. What the hell? We got a Chaos army out here. Who the fuck is this? Sigvald the Magnificent. Ah. So he's the one who's been smashing up Norska over here, and he's finally made his appearance. I'm wondering where this guy had gotten to. He's gonna be a pain in the ass. He's the last real strong force of chaos that we have yet to deal with. So, right. Well, we'll have somebody hunt him down. Maybe that's what we'll have Schwarzhelm do once Schwarzhelm's army is ready to go. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time. Have yourselves a great day. Ragnarok signing out.